Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the season finale for the first season of Fire and Blood. Currently unlisted episode name, but I believe it's titled The Black Queen. Disregard the arm sling here. I busted it up 3 weeks ago being a dumbass. And then I realized the only time I really heard it is when I'm watching shows and I'll like bang the armrest. So it's my collar of shame just to keep my arm from hurting itself. Now, thoughts on that the last episode are on the back half of there. I'm not going to dwell on it, though, because this is season finale. A small observation I've had, almost a critique of the show, is because it's Fire and Blood and the Targaryens, I feel like there's a magnifying glass on this one house and the immediate people around them. As compared to Game of Thrones, where the original show, where we were, we met Daenerys across the sea, we met the king, the Starks, the Lannisters, like there were vassals and other houses and allegiances, and everyone had a maester and like a commander of arms and a training, like we're only getting like a very small, I don't learn, we're only getting a very small sample size. It's just highly focused on this family. And that's not to suggest that it's a bad thing. I think they needed to, come out strong with the show, especially with how Game of Thrones kind of ended. They needed it to do well, and that's why they've been doing the time jumps. They've been pacing and just running along. But it's been well acted. It's been definitely well received, and I've heard many people argue that Season 1 is better. This Season 1 is better than Game of Thrones Season 1, but that's an argument for another time. I originally was not going to watch this tonight. I even told my brother that I was going to watch it in the morning. And I thought I was, because I'm tired of shit. But then I realized, between the episode being leaked, or leaks happening a couple days ago, and then me trying to sleep on it tonight, there's a chance tomorrow, if I do anything on the internet before recording, I don't want any headlines, I don't want any trending, I don't want any thumbnails, so it's like the only way I can do that is to do this tonight, so here we are. So aside from this reaction channel, I also have an animation channel that I have not touched in 2 or 3 years, but it's mainly just stop motion animation, claymation, things like that. It's called Satha Animations. You can check it out if you want. I only mention it because I'm building a Caraxes right now, a bust. Like here's Noodle Boy, I'm working on his head right now, but when he's done, he'll be a thing. I'm not going to animate with him. I just enjoy doing a lot of building, and I'll probably post updates and stuff about that over on the animation channel. It makes more sense. So even though that Caraxes is clay, like I've done a lot of work with foam, like with Reinhardt here, and Undead Warrior, like I can build some things. So Caraxes is kind of like a little project for me on the side. Going into winter too, it lends itself to working with the plastilina clay that I have because it's very dye heavy and wet, and I think this is going to look really good when I'm done with Caraxes. But enough plugging of the shit. Who cares? This is a reaction to Game of Thrones House of the Dragon, and that's why we're here. So yeah, I'm not going to stall anymore. It's 9:30. The internet is halfway into the episode, and I would like to catch up. So here we go. I'm so used to using my left hand. I can't reach. Skipping the intro because it's finale. Game of Thrones said the wiener, 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 wiener. After last episode with all that green action, I want to see what Rhaenyra and Daemon are up to now, especially with Rhaenys breaking out.
But Sea Snake is going to die, isn't he?
So is he accounted for yet, or is he still out on a boat?
I wasn't ready to be Queen of the Seven Kingdoms, but it was my duty.
Not like you.
In what way, sweet boy?
Not so perfect.
She wanted bodyguard that had seen combat to guard her dad over loyalty in the previous episodes.
Do the same for you.
But he's not up to the sailing task for Driftmark and leading the ship, so it's like...
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback.
Popping off, let him know what happened.
Viserys is dead.
Damn. To the point. And they coronated little shit Aegon rapist boy.
There is more.
Bad news just
Aegon has
piles
been
up.
crowned as his successor.
Whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have done more for it.
A war is like to be fought over this treachery, to be sure.
There wouldn't be a season 2 if she nuked everyone.
But that war is not mine to begin. I only rushed this warning to you out of loyalty to my husband and to my house. The Greens are coming for you, Rhaenyra.
Damn.
And for your children.
God damn it.
Baby's coming.
I hope that's what it is and this isn't some, stress-induced miscarriage.
Her term is far from complete. This should not be happening.
It is fucking happening.
Viserys!
The Greens have repudiated the succession and claimed the Iron Throne.
What is to be done about it?
Nothing yet.
And where is Daemon?
I don't know. Gone to madness.
Probably.
Gone to plot his war.
Yeah.
Naught is to be done but by my command.
Flew in this morning. The sea snake's fever is broken and he has left even form.
Oh. Why are we lagging? Why is it lagging? Maybe I should have watched it tomorrow. The whole fucking world is coming down on HBO. He's had...
I'll fly to the Riverlands myself and affirm Lord Tully's support.
You will do no such thing. My mother has decreed no action be taken while she's abed.
I don't know if the Vale's gonna like you though, especially after what you did to your other wife.
Do you recall who King Viserys named as his heir before his death?
Princess Rhaenyra.
So I'm presenting you with a choice.
My boy! Let's go! When I get done with that fucking model. Woo!
Swear anew your oath to Rhaenyra as your queen.
Daenerys made people swear at Dragon Point 2 once, you know?
And you will have a clean and honorable death. But if you choose treachery, know that you will die screaming.
I like the cuts between her pain and her dragon lashing out, which we haven't seen in a long time.
Get out! Princess, please! You shouldn't do this alone, Princess. Let us help you.
Oh, was she saying get out to the maids? I thought she was saying get out to the baby. Was it malformed? Was it... wait a minute, I'm gonna edit this. When I edit, I'm gonna look at that slowly if they don't show us again. It looked weird when it dropped, but now it looks dead, but is there something more? Like Daenerys's leathery winged, I'm no doctor, but that seems a little early to... yeah. Like the birth scene from The Fly. Watch that shit. Woo! But it's just more ammo for their arsenal, you know? More fuel for the fire. Is this where they got married? Is it the same, formation?
I mean no harm, brothers.
Is that Eric or Eric? Probably the one that got Rhaenyra out, right? Or Rhaenyra escorted her out, tried to get her out. Nice. Because they put the other crown on
I swear
Aegon.
to ward the queen and give my blood for hers.
Last time he
Father,
held
no
it,
children. I shall guard her secrets.
when Daemon helped Viserys up the steps and said, "Come on." Now it's just such a... This is the last time he held that crown. Yeah, that scene, everything about the 8th episode chokes me up, even thinking about it. Like, watching people watch it, it's so good.
My queen.
This feels like the end of an episode, but we just started. She's not bending, good for her. Oh, that is cool. They didn't have to do all this. That's super cool.
Wine, my queen.
Thank you, Rhaenyra.
Yeah, who's an ally and who's not? Which houses do we have?
What is our standing?
We have 30 knights, 100 crossbow men, and 300 men-at-arms. Dragonstone is relatively easy to defend, but as an instrument of conquest, our army leaves a lot to be desired.
My Lady Mother was in Arran. The Vale will not turn cloak against their own kin.
River Run was always a close friend to your father, Your Grace.
Vale doesn't like Daemon, though.
What of Storm's End and Winterfell?
There has never lived a Stark who forgot an oath, and with House Stark, the North will follow.
We haven't really seen these places in this show as part of my critique. Like, we cut to the crab battle, or we cut to a free city for a scene, but...
Lord Corlys sails for Dragonstone. The Valyrian fleet is in my husband's yoke. He decides where they sail.
We shall pray for both you and your husband's support.
Dragons!
We have Syrax, Caraxes, and Meleys. Your sons have Virmax, Arax, and Tyraxes. Baela has Moondancer.
Daemon, none of our dragons have been to war.
There are also unclaimed dragons. Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound.
Finally some follow-up
Still
on,
riderless.
like, Laenor's dragon.
Dragonstone has 13 to their 4. I also have a score of eggs incubating in the Dragon Mound.
That's not going to be worth anything for years, though.
gather.
These are super weapons, you know?
Large enough to
You
house
bring out your
sizable
nukes, they bring out theirs.
Here.
A ship has been sighted offshore. A lone galleon flying a banner of a three-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers. Sight the skies.
Dark sister! Yeah, like she just had a stillborn and learned her dad is dead, and then it's like, okay, now we're going to war. She doesn't have a fucking minute to breathe. And then Daemon's trying to run around and, you know, be Daemon. This is Otto. You ballsy cunt. Are you serious? This old scene again.
Where is the princess?
She's gonna land up behind. Yeah, this time she's... Such a great callback to the other scene. Rhaenys said she wasn't gonna be the one to draw first blood. Other than the peasants, you know.
Yes, innocent people probably died. Innocent people always die. But I did not exceed my order.
Princess Rhaenyra.
I'm Queen Rhaenyra now.
She just hits him with a Dracarys.
And you all are traitors to the realm.
Acknowledge Aegon as king and swear obeisance before the Iron Throne.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups. For your drunken usurper cunt of a king.
Aegon Targaryen
he's not
sits
wrong,
the
you know.
iron. Every symbol of legitimacy belongs to him.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
Are you funny? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's pox in there. They coughed in it. COVID. Mashed together with the... Oh, the page that she ripped out of the book way back when.
King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
The simple truth is this. We have more dragons than Aegon.
When dragons flew to war, everything burned. I do not wish to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone. To defend the realm, not cast it headlong into war.
The enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
You shouldn't be having this conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Look here, uncle. Uncle husband.
Are you not angry?
Well, I should declare war because I'm angry.
No. Because it's your duty as queen to crush rebellion.
You know my oath reaches beyond our personal ambitions.
Oh, she let him in on the ice.
Song of Ice and
Yeah,
Fire.
the prophecy.
What?
Oh, he doesn't know, maybe. Daemon?
My brother was a slave to his omens and portents.
I'm all about getting somebody's attention, but that's not the way to go about it, my guy. Daemon spent a lot of time in the libraries and reading books and shit, they said in prior episodes. He may know something, and to hear her say that, I want to know how he feels about his brother getting a little off the top.
Your brother is also dead. In his haste to bury you and claim your seat, he stood before the king and denounced Laenor's sons as illegitimate.
Called them bastards publicly, called the princess a whore.
Daemon took his head for it.
He left out the whore part, but...
Heedless ambition has always been a Valyrian weakness.
That girl is holding the realm together at present. Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war.
Should have at least put the golden pimp mask on him that Viserys had. I know his face isn't rotted out, but that mask was good.
Where is Daemon?
There were other concerns which demanded the prince's attention.
Yes.
Our houses are bound by common blood and common cause. This Hightower treason cannot stand. You have the full support of our fleet and house. Your Grace.
Okay. He cares about the name living on, and he's got the granddaughters that are for sure his.
If war's first stroke is to fall, it will not be by my hand.
You do not mean to act. The Triarchy have been routed. The Narrow Sea is ours. Cut off all seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing.
I should take Maylis and patrol the gullet myself.
Lay siege to the Red Keep and force the Green's surrender.
Wow, why didn't Daenerys think of that?
Dragons can fly faster than ravens.
Damn.
And they're more convincing.
Yes.
Prince Jacaerys will fly north. First to the Eyrie to see my mother's cousin, the Lady Jane Arryn, and then to Winterfell to treat with Lord Cragan Stark for the support of the North. Prince Lucerys will fly south to Storm's End and treat with Lord Boros Baratheon.
Yeah, but what if the other dragons are already there? You know, the other houses are already at Dragon Point, and then you show up. It's like, who do I want to burn me?
If you take this errand, you go as messengers, not as warriors. You must take no part in any fighting.
What if they hit us with arrows? What if they come out swinging?
Lord Boros is an eternally proud man. You'll be honored to host a prince of the realm and his dragon.
I'm so fucking worried for all these kids. All these expendable kids.
Go to it then.
The old dragon music. I hear it. Ugh. Showing one going off into the darkness, the smoke. That's are we foreshadowing? Because it feels very foreboding to show that one peel off. Like a lullaby. Are you waking up a dragon with song? I guess you don't want to startle him, right? Big boy! God damn! Is that one of the wild ones that's roosting there, or? Notice how all the dragons in the show have snaggle teeth? It's because they are based on the British dragons. Their mouths are all fucked up. Little boy dragon gonna get jumped. We out. We out. Aemond is there. Oh no, I saw eye patch. Fucking duck.
Targaryen.
Yeah, that was big boy over there. That was his dragon.
King or queen? The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it.
Fucking Rico Suave Aemond pirate stance over there with his trench coat. He was laughing at him at the feast when the pig was put in front of him and...
Remind me of my father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact. Which one of my daughters will you wed? Boy, and tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
About face and walk out. You're a messenger, not a warrior.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
My lord Strong.
Oh, don't, no! Your fatal flaw, don't get provoked, bro.
Fight would be little challenge.
Get out of there, dude.
No. I want you to put out your eye.
Does he have a sapphire?
Payment for mine.
A sapphire for...
Not in my hall! The boy came as an envoy. I'll not have blood shed beneath my roof.
Yeah, keep Aemond and Big Boy Dragon away from this boy, please. Come on, get the fuck out. stop looking at shit. I'm sorry. Get up before he fucking grabs you and throws you. Bounce. Boom, midair. Ooh, god damn. You're gonna get tail whipped out of the sky, kid. And he's not fireproof. Well, he might be. I don't know. Okay, yeah, he can't fit in there. Yeah, good call. Oh, shit! Arax did it on his own. God damn. I hope it's over. Please cut away. Please cut away. Don't do all this to have him be dicked over. Anyway. Arax went off on his own to shoot fire. And then Aegon's dragon took it upon himself to say, fuck that. This is what I got out of that. Is Daemon the bearer of bad news? Jimmy chomped that boy in half. Aemon made this fucking happen. Even Baratheon wasn't entertaining bloodshed. Oh man. It better not end here. I don't want to wait a year. Ugh. Going to that outro, I guess. What else is there to do? Episode 10, finale episode for House of the Dragon. Titled The Black Queen. Still no episode description on HBO or IMDb. But there it is. Rhaenyra was trying to show restraint. Rhaenys acknowledged that Rhaenyra was the only person in the room trying not to just go straight to violence and plunge the realm into darkness and into war. Didn't want to be queen of the ashes and the bones. I'm glad they're changing up the phrases a little bit. But Targaryens with super weapons have had that sentiment in the past. Now a lot of that shit's probably going out the window. Last episode was, mostly the Greens with a little of Rhaenys in it, so a little bit of that Targaryen side of the family. And then this episode, it was all with Daemon and Rhaenyra with a little Otto, little Green sprinkled in there. I'm just trying to wrap my head around and recall everything else that oh yeah, Daemon was getting a little forceful, which is a nice way of saying choking out the queen, which I don't think you can do. You shouldn't do that to people regardless. And I'm not excusing it, but it's not out of character. So it's like, am I saying, oh, we've got a history of it? Oh, it's like I'm almost expecting it or not making as big a deal of it as I would have if, say, a Green would have done something similar, Green used as a pejorative, because of the two families, I'm definitely on the Daemon Rhaenyra team. Alicent is, I don't want to say she's a tragic character, but I mean, the more I talk to my brother about her, he's not a Green sympathizer, he's not a Green loyalist, but it's the show is kind of portrayed for the Greens to kind of, root against them, is how I feel. Even though both sides have gotten equal representation, they've each done things, there have been parallel slights and perceived slights and fuckery and backstabbery at hand, but they've kind of painted the Greens into that corner. Like, I spoke with my brother about it, and it was like the first episode of the original Game of Thrones. If the story was told from the Lannisters' point of view, Jaime and Cersei would have this, the secret love that shouldn't be, and then, this kid sees it, and if they would have spent more time with them, then maybe it would have been like, oh, this nosy Stark boy, is gonna ruin what we have. It's how the material's presented, not just who's doing it and how you feel about it. Because how you feel about it is dictated by who's doing it and how the showrunners want you to feel, Like, some people have a villainous face or, look intense for a reason, and Aemon and his dragon, they fit the bill. But he showed some range, because he didn't want what happened to happen, and it looked like he realized, oh shit. Then again, we don't know what orders he was sent with, what statutes, what limitations. Was he said, hey, you can, they may have told him, you know, do what you got to do. If you see him, fuck him up. And then, you know, when he was in the room with Baratheon and pulled the sword on his younger nephew, you know, it would, or cousin, it would have been, you know, justified given his orders, but we don't know. He just was already there, and then followed him. I mean, obviously the dragon got chomped up, but I didn't see if the kid was holding on, or the kid got chomped, or was the kid center mass when, you know, came in and got him. Rhaenyra didn't want to draw first blood, and now someone else has. There's a season 2 button on here on IMDb. Hold on. Why is there a season 2 button? I know it's been announced. Oh yeah, they just have episode 2-1. What's the title? What's it about? Yeah, fuck you, man. That's what it's called. That's what it's about. It was good to see Corlys alive. He seemingly still hasn't had words with Daemon, I don't think. He wanted to know where he was, but then I don't think I saw them in a scene together. But he seemed to be understand, you know, it was Vaemon's ambition, and, you know, he made that mistake in public, and it was left out that he called Rhaenyra a whore in front of the king, in front of his wife. You know, it's like, you don't call a man's wife a whore in private or in public, but definitely not in public, because well, that's one of Corlys's daughters that is now free to marry. So if eventually Laenor's faked death or something else comes of light, there's a potential to marry her off to one of the Targaryens, you know, one of the Greens, rather. One of the Green Targaryens. It's like the Greens aren't any less Targaryen, because they're still sired from, you know, Viserys. So it just, you know, the Green Targaryens. I don't know. I've been sitting here on this outro for about 7 minutes. I was tired going into this. I'm exhausted at the end of it. And I think that's going to do it for me. So thank you all for watching. I hope this was worth your time. I look forward to next year or 2 years, you know, if the world isn't ended and I'm still alive, you know, I'll see you then. And yeah, check back in on the channel. I've got new shows starting in November. Better Call Saul, Black Sails, getting into the 2nd season of The Boys, 4th season of Stranger Things. There's a lot coming on the channel. So House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, I applaud you. This 1st season was well done, and I look forward to more. Thanks again for being here, and goodbye.